So my name's Ginn. I've been going to the well for just under a year. Moved here from San Francisco, where I spent 10 years running various companies there working in tech, and ended up getting introduced to the well from my pastor back in San Francisco, who knew Matt and Chase from various pastor seminary circles. I've been involved in a community group based out of Superior, which meets weekly, and I've been also in the missional level as well. One reason why I decided to join the well was when I was, Matt does that like interview thing. I don't know if it does that everybody. Matt was doing an interview thing for membership, and then he told me about the financial commitment part, and that he would more or less like audit me if I wasn't giving. Which I said back to him, that's bold, sign me up. And the only reason why pastors don't do it now is because it makes me feel uncomfortable. And the fact that Matt and Chase were willing to say, no, this is what the Bible says, this is what we're gonna do. I'm like, yeah, props. My first message via Chase or Matt, I forget who, was a finance one. And it was actually By Any Means. And I was sitting with Marty outside when y'all filled out the paperwork, and Marty actually even said, it's probably weird for the first sermon you hear at a church to be about money. And said for me, no, it's like, and actually I've been tithing since I first became a Christian, because I really took the heart of Christ's message of being faithful in the small means you be faithful in the big. And that was one of the few things that it clearly outlines in about money, about scriptures, that you are a steward of it. That specific word, steward, it's not yours. God gave you resources for a reason, and that reason is only to save more people and to redeem the earth for Him. It's very simple, it's very hard, but it's the most worthwhile mission that we could ever be given. Since coming to the well consistently for the last 8 months and kind of being in the midst of By Any Means from the middle of the campaign, it's inspiring to see the level of vision that Matt and Chase have, that is backed up with years of being called to serve, and also showing up with their own resources. The challenge for me is different than other people who have been rooted in the well for a while. It's more of like, is this a place that I should donate my resources to? Because I haven't necessarily known these people for that long. So as I got to know Chase and Matt through last year, I actually donated before I became a member, because I saw their heart and their commitment and their seriousness about actually bringing gospel, and that they were not going to shy away from the truth of what God has given us, and going through sort of this next season By Any Means. I think that for me, it's going to be pushing more into what can I sacrifice. And it can sound really sort of trite coming from, a pastor or somebody who is, asking you for money or something like that. But for me, I'm not in that position. I can tell you that being the one that is the one giving, is the one tithing, you experience so much liberation from it, and it's hard to tell people intellectually, but when you do it, you kind of feel it. I like the way that sort of Matt frames generosity, which is generosity isn't poverty, and God doesn't want poverty. Like why else did He give us this beautiful world? No one's asking for your life to stop, right? But what you're asking is to push yourself. For the people that are newer, like me, to the well, and that this type of initiative is sort of their first experience for the well, or they may have never experienced an initiative like By Any Means, you can't ever really go wrong, especially coming from our culture and how we're called to redeem it, by being more committed. Because anything that you think is like too much, it's probably not even close to what is too much. So be a little aggressive. Take that step out into the water and believe that Jesus will catch you, because He will. So what's the big deal? This is just 1 year. We've all lived through these moments before, where we've called or we stepped out in faith to do things that we want that were secular. Why can't you do that for your church, which supposedly is the most important family and the most important relationship you have? The city needs someone to paint in bold colors. And Matt and Chase in the well are embracing the call and are embracing the fact that as Christians, we're called to be courageous. And I want to be part of a body that is willing to say these things and is willing to call people out. Because again, it's not about us being liked by whoever secular person that is, or non-believer or media source or whatever. Like, this is people's souls, and it matters what we do.